Hey Eurovision fans, there's Tom coming to you from Shanghai and back for another Eurovision reaction video. Tonight I'm going to be discussing Samanta Tina, that's Latvia, other way around. Latvia, that's Samanta Tina singing Still Breathing. I'm going to listen, react and tell you how I think this would have done if it had gone to Rotterdam. So let's kiki. As always, use the timestamps down below in case you want to skip to a certain part. Coming up over the next couple of weeks, I've still got 5 reaction videos left to do, and then I'm going to go through my semi-final 1 and 2 predictions, and then I'm going to do a joint video where I have my top 10 of the actual Eurovision competition and the entire season in totality, because a lot of my favorite songs actually didn't qualify, so I'll do that together. And then after that, I'm not sure, I might actually start doing a preview for the 21 season and actually finish what I did for 2019, which is where I was watching all the 2019 performances and talking about what's coming up in 2021. So make sure you subscribe for lots more Eurovision content. You wanted me to get my haircut, and I did. I live to serve you bitches, and so this is for you. I actually found a half decent guy this time. I'm gonna go back to him again. Usually getting my haircut in China is totally traumatic. I actually quite like this. Okay, anyway, enough about me, more about Latvia. So Latvia in the competition. Would I say I love Latvia in the competition? I think I love Samanta Tina. If I look at all the entries I've really liked from Latvia, they've all been basically because of Samanta. And you know, they have a couple of effort moments. Wolves of the Sea is quite famous as well. They've had some real flops. Like for me, the last 3 years from Latvia have been really weak. I don't think they've deserved to qualify any of those years. They did win in 2002. Honestly speaking, I think it's my least favorite winner ever, and I would actually put that ahead of 2008. I think that song is just absolutely doggone awful. In fairness, 2002 didn't really have any good songs. I thought the UK, who came third, were pretty decent, but they got put twice in the running order, which was a little bit shady. Not really sure why that happened. Iralaska came second that year. Not really sure how Mary won that. I don't think that song will qualify even from a national final nowadays, and it definitely wouldn't qualify from a Eurovision semi. So definitely one of the weaker years and weaker winners. But they have their win. Them and Estonia are the Baltics who have their win, and Lithuania are still looking for it. Would Lithuania have got it this year? Maybe. That's another video that's coming up I'm going to do who I think would have won as well. Okay, Supernova this year. God, do I remember anything about it? Yeah, Supernova was pretty good this year actually. I did my preview video of it. I'll leave it up here, presuming I don't forget to put the card in. Yeah, look, I like Supernova. It's got the Riga Beaver. You know, there's some wild and wacky entries, and there's usually something pretty decent to get your teeth into. My favorite song ever from Supernova 2017, shout out to Tom's Kalderauskis, We Won't Back Down. That's an amazing song, check it out. In the end, Samanta Tina, who likes to cut Divaya, she won after her 6th or 7th attempt, I'm not sure. It was a song written by her and Samanta Tina together, which when I heard about it, I was like, wow, this is a dream team come true. I have already reacted to this, my reaction's up here. I'm now going to react to the final performance and give you my formulated thoughts now that I've obviously had time to ruminate on it. So this is not my first reaction to this. Obviously, recent news is that Samanta has been chosen for next year. I'm going to give you my reaction to that as well afterwards. Okay, so this is Samanta Tina. This is her national final performance. Wanna know my secret bang? It's a grabbing starting. I'll give her that. Visually grabbing. I don't know if it goes anywhere enough from here. She's fantastic. She is undeniably fantastic. She is so into this, like super passionate, totally committed. You know, she's entered 6 times, it's pretty obvious, and she wants it, and automatically that makes me absolutely love her. And she's given 100%, you know, it's a bit, maybe a little bit too needy, but I'll take needy over disinterested any day. Her voice is really great. I have to admit, when I first watched the song, I was excited with this build-up. And then this chorus drop. It's just, I just think this is so messy. I think it's really messy. Yeah, the chorus for me is just so disappointing. Because you've got the kind of like wacky staging, which can work. But it leaves you on the fence that if it doesn't work, it's going to turn into like trashy, kind of jokey almost. And the chorus for me is a bit floppy, and it turns it into that people wouldn't take it serious entity. I love that they've gone for something really daring, but it just doesn't work for me, the chorus. The verses I think are pretty solid. Her vocals in live are like really, really, really amazing. Like, and you just know that if she did that 100 times, she'd get it 100 times right. The girls with the spray, I don't know. I think it as one tableau works, but for the entire performance of that, it's just, I don't know, it's trying to squeeze too much out of one idea. Like, they don't do anything. I wish that they do something, or dance, or move, or change outfit, or something happens with the wash bottles. You know, I'm getting into symbolism. Something she doesn't want to be a housewife, or she doesn't want to clean houses. Love the energy when she's dancing in this chorus, but I just think there are too many people who are just going to think this is a total hot mess. And you know, Latvia sent these risks in a row. They sent 3 risks in a row. They sent Trina Park, that flopped. They sent Carousel, that flopped. And then they sent, well, it wasn't really a risk, but they sent Laura Rosado, and that just, well, it didn't flop, but didn't qualify either. Okay. Look, obviously I talked through a lot of that because I've seen it before. I've seen the performance. Look, I don't feel like this didn't deserve to win. I thought it was the most daring of all the entries in Supernova this year. She's tried a lot. I feel like she's put in her time to build up a base to feel that it's justified for people to vote for her. I just think the song is the correct spirit. It's daring, it's edgy, it's a little bit different, it's outside the box, and I 100% applaud them that. I would definitely rather someone took a risk and went for something big rather than sending an X Factor winner song. But in this occasion for me, it just doesn't work. I was super excited when I heard about Aminata and her together because I really like Aminata's songwriting. Have to admit, since Heartbeats, I haven't really liked any of Aminata's song. She had that duet with Marcus Riva, which I thought was a little bit of a flop, so possibly on a little bit of a dry streak for me. But when I heard they're together, I was very excited. I have to admit, this does disappoint me. It's not up to what I was expecting from them. I was thinking a little bit of a Latvian diva dream team, and that's not really this. It's just a bit messy, discombobulated, a bit confusing. I don't really get the chorus and why it's enjoyable, or why she would think that the mass public would think it's enjoyable. I think there's definitely a fan base for this. Gotta admit, in the Irish OJAE, this didn't do particularly well. It was on the right side of the scoreboard, quite far down, probably around 30th or so. So I'm not sure how it's done with the other OJE scoreboards. I haven't checked that out because I'm saving that for myself for later. In terms of next year, I'm really, really glad that they've chosen her for next year. I think that she is quite clearly an exceptional performer. On top of that, she's a half credited songwriter for the song. I do think this is probably a little bit more Aminata, but you know, at least she's dipping her foot into songwriting. She's not just a singer. On top of that, she's just clearly very, very passionate about Eurovision. She really, really wants it, and that's just what you need. So I'm 100% behind her. I think I'm just a big fan of her, and I think that she deserved it from all the work that she put in. Like, imagine if it was Marcus Riva from Latvia as well. Like, imagine if he had been given and not been allowed. That the absolute devastation. Like, I think that's probably how the world ends, that Marcus Riva gets told that he's going to Eurovision, and then it's taken away from him, and you just this giant explosion coming out of Riga. She's just super passionate. She's waited for this for such a long time, and she finally got there, and to have it taken away from her, I thought was really, really unfortunate. And the fact that they've chosen it, I just think is really heartwarming and very well deserved. I think that it's great now that she knows that she's got it secure. So she doesn't need to like hesitate about, oh, should I go for something very risky, something very safe? She can probably write like a couple of songs and let the people decide and see what really works. Obviously, when you submit to Supernova, you pick one song. I think maybe it might be better for an Aminata to sit down and write several songs, you know, on the spectrum from kind of wacky, crazy out there to a little bit more mainstream. And then maybe they might find one of them might be like sitting correctly on that spectrum. This doesn't sit correctly on the spectrum for me. I'm absolutely sad that they brought her back. I am actually going to do another video as well. I've got lots of video previews come up. About who's been announced for next year already. How do I think this would have done in the Eurovision final? Look, before the running order was announced, I would have said this wouldn't have qualified. I think it would be too jarring, a little bit too esoteric, a bit too specific and niche to get through. Now, it got the 18th, that's the last spot in semi-final 2. If you look at the qualifications historically from the semi-finals, the last song pretty much always got through. I think it's like once it hasn't. Let me just look that up quickly. Only 3 times out of 24 has the last song of the show not qualified. That is easily the best qualification statistics for any place that you can sing. So basically when you sing last, you're guaranteed to get through. Obviously, because there is such a significantly larger televote present, there's more people watching towards the end of the show, plus you're going to be fresher in people's mind. That song on top of that is really going to jump out at you, so you're just not going to forget it anyway, on top of the fact that it is last in the show. They've also got Estonia there, no Lithuania. Also with Estonia and Finland, I actually think this would have taken one of the spots. If not, it would have come 11th. Really, it just... the last spot alone, unless you got something that's absolutely dog awful, I don't think this is dog awful, you're going to qualify. So when I saw the running order, actually I had to swap my qualification predictions around and put this in and kick someone else out. Hopefully Samanta Tina can maybe look at how the song wasn't massively responding in all the kind of fan votes and everything that have happened in the season, the unofficial ones, and see that risking's great, but it needs to be a little bit more successful in its execution. So that's what I think about Samanta Tina Still Breathing. What do you think? Please leave a comment section down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.